Hey, this is the Sounds on Vinyl show, the only show on the planet that will make your ears bleed. My name is Phil Bowyer, and that guy next to me, that is Mr. Mike Svensson, lead singer extraordinaire of all bands, past, present, and future. And if you don't know that by now, then I don't know what to tell you. That's just how it is. In fact, as of this recording, he just sang for a band live in front of some of you people that probably listen to the show. And from what I hear, the show kicked ass. So, and it was fun had by all.
Yes, it
Yes.
was. It
Mike,
was
what's new besides
what's
playing gigs and
playing
selling
gigs with.
records and shit?
Yeah, playing. We did a gig with Grand Reserva. I mean, we're back from the dead, or I don't know, the hiatus or whatnot. We're sort of like a cockroach. The more you step on it, the more we come alive. I don't know. I don't know what that means, but still, we did a show at a club in Malmö called Medley. It's a great club, a smaller venue than KB that I talked so much about, which is actually closing down after
Mm,
like I don't know how many years. So that's a bit sad. But
yeah.
enough of that. So our show this past Saturday we did with our friends the Weaklings, and it was a great show. People had a great time, and we gave it all, and it was great to see so many people rocking out and having a good time together. That is supposed to be um, the thing with music that makes people come together, a live show. And
Mhm.
I mean, we're humble. We were supposed to go on a tour for Germany when COVID hit, so it was sort of like the wind got knocked out of us. So we had a hard time adjusting to that, but we're still here playing some shows. Next show is in Helsingborg, September 9th, so that's gonna be cool.
Nice.
But it was a lot of friends showed up, and we had a good time. Had some cool, nice beverages, if you know what I
Some
mean.
nice
And
adult beverages. There you go.
yeah, adult beverages, yeah. And we're rocking out, so that was cool.
That's what life's all
And
about, man.
yeah, and I had at during the morning I started out with my record store. So it's first a record store, and then I went down to soundcheck. So which was really cool. So the Sons of Vinyl record store there at Krusegatan 23 in Malmo, Sweden. And it's a lot of fun. A lot of cool people come into the store and share their stories of life and music and whatnot. We drink coffee and shoot the shit. So it's all in good fun.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
Awesome.
there we go.
Awesome. Are you
Yes,
ready for today? Are you ready for the record we're going to talk about today? This one's
I
going to
th-
be fun.
yeah, I think so.
You
I
think so?
this is my first time doing a record, listening to a record from start to finish with this band. They're a band like so many others that passed me by, like on I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, they've been around for a while.
Yeah.
And the band, of course, we're talking about is Savatage. The
Yes.
record is Gutter Ballet
Yep.
from 1989.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh, you want to know a fun fact?
yes,
Chris Caffery, is that his
yes.
name? He
Mhm.
follows the Sounds on Vinyl on Instagram.
Well, see, there you go.
You see?
There you go. So, Chris, if you're listening, hey,
Hey, what's going on?
what's going
Thanks for
on?
following
Come on the
us.
show. You have an open
Come on the show.
invitation. Let us know
Oh
if you
yeah.
want to come on, and we'll talk music and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
So there you go. Now, are you a TSO fan? Trans Siberian Orchestra. Are you a
Uh,
fan?
um. Uh. Yes and no. I've not seen and listening that much to it, so I can have an correct opinion. I've seen
Okay.
some clip of the live shows, which is fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't say that I've listened to them that much so that I can have an honest opinion about them. They don't suck.
They don't suck. Okay, so they're not
Yes.
like Megadeth or anything like that, where they suck, or Post Malone or any of that stuff. I got you.
Oh
I
my
got you.
god. I
Yeah,
told
because yeah, this is interesting because I'll mention this as we get on, but I think everybody knows out there that basically TSO was born out of Savatage with Paul O'Neill, who produced the record we're talking about today, and John Oliva and Chris Caffrey. All these guys, they're all part of TSO. They either play or produce or write or all that stuff for TSO. And this record, I feel, is a bit of a proof of concept of TSO, if you will.
Mhm.
So as we go through here, we'll talk about that. But yeah, Savatage Gutter Ballet, track 1 of Rage and War.
You
I'm
you
gonna
want me
let
to
you go first. Go
yeah,
first.
yeah. I'm seeing how scared you are at the
I
moment.
know. It's gonna be like the Black Album, I bet.
Of Rage and War, my note says it's a cool start with the bass line. I like the guitar loop that runs through the choruses. Really heavy stuff. Overall, a good song.
Overall, a good song. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like the way the music and the sound effects sort of like the sound effects start, and then the music kind of comes in, and then they sort of blend together
Hmm.
before the sound effects kind of go away, giving way to the music, and how John's vocals, those haunting vocals, just kind of kick in.
Hmm.
Um, let's see what else do I have. Oh, I also think it's cool how they had pieces of the solo kind of mimic what I think sounds like dropping bombs. You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I kind of
yeah,
heard that a little bit. So there's a little
yeah.
playfulness with the music too.
I hear you.
See, that's
Mm.
it's what I like specifically about this record, but with a lot of Sabotage, is that it's very orchestral, very operatic in the way they tell stories, and
Mhm.
they're not afraid to do things that other bands don't, like
Mm,
do sound effects with music to illustrate the lyrics. Like the lyrics and the music really are one and the same almost.
mm,
The music doesn't just complement the music; it's like part of it.
mm.
So
We're getting into it.
we're getting into it. Okay, track 2, Gutter Ballet, the title track.
Mhm. Should I mean, I can see you're on nails right now. So maybe I should just start.
Just
You
go.
introduce the song and and I started with my notes. Uh, I don't know what's going on here. It goes from power metal to some Queen opera thing. Don't know what's going on. Guitar solo was really good. That's about it. I don't get it.
You don't
I
get it.
don't get no, I don't get this song at all.
Mm,
It's
okay.
uh it's too operatic. It's I don't know. But
Okay.
I'm not into that stuff. I'm hearing all the time that you're too much meat and potato when it comes to rock and roll music. So, and I actually don't know what that means, but I'm more I mean, my foundation is from the blues. So,
Mhm.
everything that seems to go out of that range, I have an
Hard
issue
time
with.
with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Um, do you want me to ease in right at this moment,
Oh, there's no
or
easing in, man. You
no,
just
no,
dive
no.
right in. You just
Okay.
dive right in, man.
Yes.
We're going into the deep end right off the
Yeah.
get-go. Yeah.
Yes.
So, Gutter Ballet is one of my favorite songs on the record, actually.
All right. Okay.
I like the piano
Mm-hmm.
intro.
Yeah.
It's a bit unnerving.
Yes.
It's like, let's see what I've got here. It's like something chaotic is about to happen,
Mm-hmm.
and then it turns into this TSO kind of thing, and then it gets heavy with the piano and almost acting like the rhythm section,
Yeah.
tying everything together. Like the piano just is like the glue that's holding everything together. Um, I think it's a beautifully arranged piece of music.
Hmm.
The main hook and melody is awesome. Um, it's sort of heavy, but not heavy, all at the same time.
Yeah.
Um, I like the solo popping in and then taking a few second break and then coming in again is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Um, you were saying that you don't get it, um, which I kind of took to be like it was kind of all over the place, and
Yeah.
I do think it takes you on a journey. Um, and I think John's voice really
Well, let me phrase it like this. It's sort of like I get what they're doing, but I don't get why they. Maybe if this was like track number 9, uh, but
okay.
to start off with a song of raging war with that heavy start, with all the guitars and the guitar loops and everything else, and all of a sudden it's a completely different band. It's um,
You know
let me.
what, I get what you're saying,
Yeah.
and I was going to talk about this later on down the album.
Hmm.
This album is interesting because unlike prior Savatage records, this
Hmm.
one is very piano heavy.
Yes.
So you got something like of Rage and War and some of the other songs, which I'll talk about later. They sound like they're from the previous album's session when you compare them to songs like Gutter Ballet.
Ah, all right.
So you're right. It does sound like a different band. And again, I think this was sort of a test for the TSO concept,
Ah,
if you
all
will.
right.
I think.
Yes. Mm.
I don't know. I wasn't there, but that's what I think. I mean,
Yeah.
I think this is really they're throwing some of these piano heavy, more orchestral sounding songs in the mix. Um, although John's still singing the same way he did on previous records, so it's an interesting mix to see how
Hmm.
this is done.
Yeah.
So
And it's important for everybody out there listening. I'm not putting down the musicianship. That's really, really important talking about this album. Has nothing to do with the musicianship, how they conduct their instruments. It has nothing to do with it. These are great musicians. I shit you not. So it has nothing to do with it. It's a personal taste
right,
that I'm going
it's
to.
not
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just not your flavor.
No, no.
I get you.
This
I
song,
get you. Okay, Temptation Revelation.
yes. Guitars are really cool, but I don't get it. Is it a musical,
See,
instrumental stuff?
again, like my
What's
notes say, if this isn't a TSO song, I don't know what is. Right?
ah?
Again,
Okay.
it's that TSO esque sort of blend of metal and more orchestral style
Yeah,
without the big
yeah.
orchestra that they have with
Mm,
TSO.
yeah.
It's sort of TSO light, if you will.
Ah, all right.
That's how
Okay.
I'd call it. Yeah, but you
Yes.
don't get it.
No,
Yeah,
don't
see,
get
I've
it.
got very orchestral, haunting, yet exciting all at the same time.
Mhm.
It's like there's all this chaos that builds and builds, and we have no idea where it's going. And then it pushes you to edge of your seat, and then it just blows its wad, revealing the calm behind it.
Mm.
Right? It's just
Yeah.
this instrumental that just kind of I don't know. I mean,
Mhm.
I get like I'm not quite sure what the point of this song was going from Gutter Ballet to this, and then
Yes.
to
Thank you.
when the crowds are gone. It's again, maybe it tells a story and I just didn't see it or hear it or whatever. But yeah, I'm
Mm.
kind of with you.
Yeah.
It's not one of my favorite songs. I think it's a great piece of music, but on its own. But yeah,
Mm.
when the crowds are gone,
Yeah.
what do you
Much
think?
heavier. Much heavier. I like the vocals a lot. The guitar solos overall is very powerful, but it's way too much rock opera. But again, heavier. Um, liking the vocals like I did with Of Rage and War. Sort of like should be the track number 2 for me.
Interesting.
We could
Okay.
skip Gutter Ballet and Temptation Revelation and go right to this song.
Interesting.
I
Okay.
would get that much easier, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Okay. I get that. Yeah. Like I'm with you. I really like John's vocals in this. I think he
Yeah.
sounds amazing in this. And it's really too bad he can't sing like that anymore. But
Oh, okay.
but for me, it's a little too ballady for me. It's too, and even when it gets heavy, it's still got that whiny bitch feel to it. It's just not really, But but if I had to listen to a ballad, it would be this. It
Yeah.
would be this one. I feel like
Mm.
it does have its heavy moments, but it's still just, even within that, it's still kind of a like little whiny bitchy feel to it. That's just me.
Oh my god.
Yes. Oh, we're blowing right through this one. Okay.
Yeah.
Silk and Steel.
Mhm.
Another instrumental. What do you think?
Yeah. He's a great guitar player, or they both are.
Mhm.
But I don't get it still.
Yeah, not my favorite. I mean, yeah, I
No.
got the guitar is pretty cool, but
Yeah.
I think it's yeah,
Yeah.
they could
And
have left it off.
I looked up the vinyl record on Discogs just to see how they did the tracking. So we're getting into this is the last song on side A of
Okay.
this album. So so flipping it over right now, it starts with "She's in Love,"
Mhm.
and and well, it's strange to see that they did like all those instrumental parts and I mean it could easily done like 8, 9 songs, like 4 or 5 on each side, and it would be a really great album.
Yeah, it'd be a lot stronger, I think.
Yeah.
Stronger record. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
with She's in Love is
Yeah. Because
they could have left this off. I mean, the lyrics seem forced, like they don't go with the music, and they tried to make it work, and they just
but
couldn't
I'm
pull it off.
let
I
me
mean,
yeah. She's in Love. I dig actually.
oh,
I
okay.
think I think it's much stronger. I don't didn't listen that much to the lyrics because at some point it became way too, I don't know, uh, way too out there, if you know what I mean. Like when you do a rock opera and it's supposed to be like everything is, I don't know what the fuck is going on, Romeo and Juliet or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
But this I actually my note says now we're talking great intro. I dig the guitar loop. It's really powerful. And why can't the rest sound like this? A great metal song.
Hmm.
I've written down. So,
So far, is this your favorite?
um,
Or is Of Rage
no,
and War more, you like Of Rage and War
so
better?
so far, no.
Yeah, as we are
Yeah,
through this
it's a
record.
tie. It's a tie between Raging War and She's in Love.
Okay,
I think of Raging War is better.
okay,
I think that was a great way to start off a metal album.
okay.
Yeah, I really want to go dig more into Savatage because I dig the name.
Mhm.
It's heavy, it's easy, and I wish I like them more than I do. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think listen to the previous record, Hall of the Mountain King,
Yeah,
and that's a good record, and that sounds more along the lines of Rage and War and some of the songs we'll get into in the last half of this record.
yeah,
Um, so I think you'll like that stuff a lot better. It's less piano, it's less operatic, if you will,
mhm,
theatrical. It's not quite as, it's still Savatage, but
yeah,
I think it might go down a little easier.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
hounds, do you hear
Hounds.
them call?
Yes. I really dig this one. I like the opening heavy riff, guitar riff. Really dig the vocals. They're very, very powerful on this one. I like how he it's sort of like I'm not supposed to like vocals like this, but he has the right amount, if you know what I mean, before it becomes like way too pitchy.
Hmm.
He's just in there, and he's the lower parts of his vocals are really really good. He's really powerful in the lower parts where he sings in a low voice, and to be able to do the high pitch vocals and the lower parts this good means
Hmm.
that he's a really great singer, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah,
So
he is.
and
So I'm saying
yeah.
it's really sad he didn't take care of himself and he lost his voice. I mean,
Ah,
you
all right.
listen to like John Oliva's Pain, and that's almost painful to listen to because
Damn.
it's 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 more of that raspy, gravelly, and it's not the John Oliva that we all grew up with in Savatage and love.
All right.
He's getting better. I mean, he was like I think at one point like 400 pounds or something, and he's getting his shit together and getting healthy, which is good. And I
Yeah.
think he's gotten some of his voice back. But
All right.
he you're right. This song it really shows his range and his
Yeah.
vocal ability. Um,
I
it's
may yeah.
good.
Go. Yeah, well, I made some other notes. It's like you said. I really like how the vocals with that. It's a really cool ending with the speeding and tempo differences, and then it shows overall that the vocals and the music are like joined together. I think,
Hmm.
and overall, I finished my notes off as say it's a really great song. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking that the it's hard to do music like this if you're not up to the task of singing like this. There's a lot of singers that I couldn't do half the shit that he does. So I'm not that kind of singer. I'm more like a raw punky. I don't know what's going on with my vocals. So but John Oliva, is that his name?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It, I mean, on this song, he really shows off his skills, which I think is really, really cool. And so far, this is my favorite song on the album.
Yeah, it's my favorite on the record as a whole.
Yeah,
I love the song. The haunting beginning, it's calming but teasing something sinister.
yeah,
Then it gets heavy with the beginning, taking on like a whole different sound. Um, let's see. Oh, the 2.5 minute mark where it kind of slows and gets a little creepy
yeah,
before sliding into the solo.
yeah.
And it sort of reminds me of the fox hunts when they release the hounds and you got
Oh,
all the
yeah, yeah, yeah,
dogs
yeah,
barking and
yeah,
running and stuff like that, and the
yeah,
hunters are behind, trying to
yeah,
catch up and keep up. Um, and the ending of the solo, as it fades into the same riff sound that the
yeah,
beginning had,
mm,
and then John vocals are all creepy and shit.
yeah,
Like it just like
yeah,
gives this certain feel. Um, and then they've got this little heavy slices that they throw in every now and then. It's sort of like just to kind of mix things up a little bit.
yeah.
And I
And
really,
yeah,
I was gonna
go
say,
ahead.
I love that. And then you get to the climax, which with John screaming, "They hunt you down," and it's so awesome.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so awesome.
B-
Um,
I would
Go
say
ahead.
this: being a singer, the stuff that he does seems so easy when he does it, because it's natural for him to sing like this. But I'm telling you, it's not. It's not easy at all. The way he transcends and shifts and up and down with the pitch and lower voice and the creepy stuff and all that, it takes a toll on you if
Yeah.
you do that in the studio. It takes a toll on you because this is not the. I'm betting this is not the first take that he did,
Oh,
because
yeah, probably.
he seems to be a perfectionist. So I'll think that there's multiple takes on the vocals because it's right in there, because it's not easy to do stuff like this, but it sounds powerful, and his voice on this one are really really good. So
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, oh yeah, and what the thing that I love, how you think it's going to end, and then it goes into this fast tempo
yeah,
with John's signature scream, like you were saying. That
yeah,
he does that a lot. That's his like thing, and
yeah.
I don't know how the fuck he does it, but it's probably what fucked up his voice trying to do that. Actually, um, and then this is my ultimate favorite part of the song is that it finally ends and it goes into that same haunting melody that's in the
Yeah.
beginning,
Oh yeah.
just telling you that, you know what, it's never truly over,
Yeah.
and it's just like almost this full cycle. So yeah, this is, I think it's so well put together, so well written, so well performed on all fronts. It's
It
just,
is.
it's an amazing song.
Yep.
Um, and then we go into the Unholy.
Yeah. Also a great song. Uh, like the heavy guitars and the solo. The solo a lot I've written down. Usually I don't like. We talked about this when the vocals do stuff like that in this song, but once again he pulls it off. He does some amazing stuff with the vocals and with the right amount of pitch, and it's an overall a great song.
Yeah,
Overall a
yeah,
great song.
I
Yeah.
agree. For me, it's got that Hall of a Mountain King era like session, like it's a
Mm,
leftover from that
okay.
record. Like it didn't quite make that record, and especially at the end where it's got the unholy, unholy at the end. Those
Yeah.
chants are just that's
Yeah.
so Mountain King esque.
Okay.
It's
I
just
have to
awesome.
listen to that album. I have never listened to Savatage. I listened to a couple of tidbits here and there, but it never stuck. So I have to sit down and listen to the Hollow of the Mountain King also. So
Yeah, this one, yeah, the earlier I mean, Savatage is sort of I think Gutter Ballet and Hall of the Mountain King are two of their best records. They have some hits and misses before that.
mhm.
But yeah, definitely listen to Hall of the Mountain King. I think you'll enjoy that or most of it, especially
Yeah.
if you like, Unholy and the Hounds and stuff like that. Um, Mentally Yours. What do you think?
Yeah, I got scared of the intro I've written down.
Yeah, it's like, oh
It's
shit, another whiny bitch little
yeah,
ballad.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Back to the Queen rock opera thing, but thank God it changes into a powerhouse of a song with heavy guitars and great vocals, a great tempo changes
Mhm.
all the way into the end. Overall, a great song
Yeah, yeah,
again.
I agree. Yeah,
So
I'm glad they got to the point where, "Oh, you think it's about?" No, just
yeah,
kidding. It's not a
yeah.
ballad.
Oh my
It's like
God.
because 'cause I'd be like, "Okay,
Yeah,
skip,
it's
skip."
yeah,
Yeah,
yes. And it's
yeah,
hard to
what I
skip
oh,
if you got this on vinyl. It's hard to skip. I mean, you could do it on Spotify, but I want the full Monty with the vinyl records and so forth. So, um, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I love the title of this song, though, "Mentally Yours."
Yeah,
And I think, how people when they're writing a letter or something, they're like, "Sincerely yours." I'm gonna start
yeah.
writing "Mentally Yours." I'm gonna start signing off all my emails and shit with "Mentally Yours."
Do it.
Just have some fucking fun, man.
Yeah,
All right, we're getting close to the end. If you've got something to say about this record or anything, album you might want us to cover, talk about, go to soundsonvinyl.com and leave us a message.
oh yeah. Do it.
It'll be a lot of fun. We'll get you on the show. We'll have some fun, and yeah, do it.
Yeah,
Make it happen.
make it happen.
Make it fucking happen. Summer's Rain, track 10.
Yeah. Um.
They weren't kidding this time.
No.
This another fucking ballad.
Yeah, but I'll say this: it's not the rock opera thing. I think this is This is a great power ballad. Some people say that hard rock and metal bands create the best ballads, and this is a proof of that, I think. I mean, I'm not really into power ballads, but if it's supposed to be um, um, a metal or hard rock band to do it with some sort of like stamina, if you know what I mean. It should sound like this. I think it's a good song. Maybe it's because I'm glad that they didn't do another one with the opera thing. I don't know, but it's it's an okay it's a cool song. Not my favorite though, but it's I don't know.
Okay. All right.
Great power ballad. I really that.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, they could have left this off the record. They could have locked it in the cutting room floor with the entire Megadeth catalog, the Black Album, and yeah, it
Oh
just
my god.
no. We didn't need this song. We didn't
Okay.
really need this song. I don't think so. Yeah. Like I was saying, Savatage is there. There's some hits and there's some misses.
Yeah.
And I feel like this was a big miss, I think.
Mm. Yeah.
That's just me. That's
Yeah.
just me.
Not a favorite one, so
Yeah.
I could easily agree with you.
But this next one, Thorazine Shuffle, the final track on the record.
Yeah.
This is how they chose to end the record. What do you think? Hit or miss?
I think it's a hit, but because I love the cool shuffle tempo with the heavy guitars. I mean the vocals. I mean I focus really. I mean I don't know. I've never really listened to like I told you before. I never listened to Savatage from start to finish, and I'm pretty awestruck with John Oliva. I'll tell you that because the vocals are especially powerful on this track, and I've written down another great song. I wish more was like this. So
yeah, I think it's a fucking brilliant song. I mean,
yeah,
I do. It's one of my favorites on here. The creepiness of the intro, it actually makes you feel like you're in an asylum that they're
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
force Thorazine in you. Um, and then the song kicks in with that riff, and it's just like, holy shit. And then
yeah,
the music really makes you feel the lyrics. I
yeah,
don't know how to I don't know how to say it, but it makes you feel like you're in it, like you're in the
yeah,
song, like that's you in it.
yeah, yeah,
And it's just it's so unstable and confusing, and it's just I don't know, man. It's I don't know. It's another for me. I think of it as it feels like an opera song, right? It
yeah,
feels like I can see almost in my mind's eye the performance of this thing, and it's just it feels like something out of a horror movie or something. It's just that creepiness of the song and all that. And I don't know. I think it was a great way to end it, and I'm with you. I want more songs like this on the record
yeah, yeah.
because it's
I
just
I,
phenomenal.
I think it's also very ballsy to start with a song like of Rage and War and do this one at the end because I remember growing up I heard someone talking about when we started out playing music and we got more into I was sort of like between 17 and 18 years old, trying to get a demo together and whatnot, what to think about. And almost everybody told us if you gonna do more than 5 songs on a demo, make sure that those first 3 are the way you want the band to sound because people don't listen to a full album
They don't
from
get to the fourth or fifth.
no. So
Yeah.
yeah. So if the first like on a full length album with 10 songs, if the first 4 or 5 even 6 songs aren't the shit, then you're done. So
Mm.
it's very ballsy. I don't know if it's a thing from the 80s that people didn't care actually, but that's the way that I've been taught, that you have to start out. Even with doing a live set, you have to do stuff in a certain way. You have to make sure that you get a grip of the audience from the get-go, and that you hold on to them for like 3-4 songs, and then
Hmm.
you can let go, and you can ease down, and then you get off with a bang. But to do this on an album, it's, I mean, it's great. It's great stuff.
It
Really
is.
great stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so overall, out of
Overall,
10, what would you give it?
a 7.
A 7, a
A
solid
7.
7. If I
I'll tell
remember
you.
correctly, it's the same. No, I think you gave 30 Looks like a 6.5. So you like
Yeah,
this better than 30 Looks, which is interesting
yes.
to me.
Yeah.
Interesting. I thought you were going to give this like a 1.5 to 2, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Mm,
So
yeah,
it's not a Black
interesting.
Album. Yeah.
It's not.
You're a bit happy. You're a bit
I
happy
am.
about
I
this.
am.
I
I
have to
am.
say though, it's much due to the guitar parts and the
Yeah, there's a lot of talent in the
vocals.
guitar.
Yeah. If the
Mhm.
opera and operatic things and the instrumental parts were out of there, it left out, it will easily be a 9 or a 10.
Hmm. Okay.
Because I mean, the musicianship, damn,
Yeah.
those dudes
Yeah.
can play. God damn it! And John Oliva, man, what a
Yeah.
great singer.
Yes. Yeah. I get 8.5 to 9.
Yeah,
I think because there's a couple ballads on here that kind of loses points for that, but
yeah,
I think overall they have like Thorzine Shuffle and I like the Gutter Ballet and Hounds. I think those songs are just so fucking strong
yeah.
that it and then there's other stronger songs too on here, but those are just so well done that the album deserves an 8.5 at least.
Cool.
Definitely. So,
Yes.
any final words on the record before we get the hell out of here?
Uh, I've looked at the artwork both on this one and the previous one, the Hall of the
Hall of the
Mountain
Mountain
King.
King?
I really dig the artwork. I really dig the logo that they got going on.
Mhm.
I'm into that shit. So I think
Yeah.
that's really cool. So,
Yeah.
and I'm overall, I have had very low expectations of this, because being at our age, if I haven't discovered a band yet that's been around for this long, it's it's never gonna happen. So
It's never gonna happen.
no, because there is something that keeps me away. I don't know what it is, but this one, it was completely different. So I'm very happy that I get to experience stuff. Y- I'm it's not I'm not being forced into it, but it's cool because you talked about Savatage a lot during the years that and that we talked together and shoot the shit. So I was curious, and we had Nicholas Angelin from In Flames, and now the Halo Effect. He's a big Savatage fan,
Yeah.
so I'm pretty curious about these albums. So and I'm glad that I sat down and listened to it from start to finish, because there's a
Okay.
lot of songs that I'm gonna put into one of my big playlists that I have on metal music. So
Okay, so I'm gonna put you on the spot right now and issue
yes.
I wouldn't call it a challenge, but
Mhm.
how about you go and listen to the Mountain King, Hall of the
Yeah.
Mountain King record, and
Yes.
we'll do a quick little update next week or next
Oh,
on the next
sure.
show. And
Oh, yeah.
we won't go track by track, just okay, what'd you think? What were your
Yeah.
favorite songs overall kind of thing. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that would be fun.
Yeah.
Since
Yeah.
since since you surprised me by liking this,
Yeah.
it'd be fun
Yeah.
to see what you think of that record.
Yeah.
'Cause I
I'm
24
I'm the
hours ago, and Strange Wings. I mean, on the previous record on Hollow Mountain King, I think those are some phenomenal songs.
Yeah.
And you talk about John Oliva's voice; it really, really showcases on
Yeah.
that record. So
Yeah.
awesome! All right, so look forward to that.
Yes.
All right, and anything else to say about anything before we?
No, but I'm thinking that if you're in the neighborhood and you like Savatage, and you want to convince me that's the greatest band in the world, come by the record store in Malmo and convince me, and I might have a treat for you.
Ooh,
Yes, but
okay.
convince me why I
Convince.
should start listening to Savatage even more than I do at the moment, and which albums before, except for Hall of the Mountain King and Gutter Ballet, what's your take on Savatage as a whole? Could you convince me that these are the greatest metal musicians in the world?
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
All
Just
right.
come by the store.
Come
Convince
by
me.
the store. And if you're not by the store,
Yes.
go to the website and leave the same message. Convince Mike that he should listen to Savatage.
Oh,
Listen to more of it. And I'm actually curious, being a Savatage fan, for all the other Savatage fans out there, what you guys think of the era where they hire, I forget his name because they kind of lost me after that, but when they hired the singer and John stopped singing, what you think of that era of Savatage, more of the later years of Savatage versus the early years of Savatage.
All right.
So there we go.
Cool.
It's going to be fun. All right.
Gonna be
So
good fun.
thanks for listening. Go to sonsonvinyl.com for past episodes, merch, and all kinds of other fun. And until next time, later.
Later.
This has been the Sounds on Vinyl show with Mike Svensson and Phil Bowyer, produced by Boozehound Entertainment in cooperation with Boozehound Music. Intro and outro music by Dead Anarchy, courtesy of Shot Glass Records. For exclusive playlists, videos, and other extras, visit soundsonvinyl.com. Thanks for listening, and for all your motherfucking support.